Am I ready to go to heaven? In today's gospel, my dear brothers and sisters, Jesus tells us to be awake, to be ready, because the Son of Man, when He comes, no one would know the time. So, my dear brothers and sisters, as I was reflecting on this, it's a very clear sign that all of us, we have to die one day. And I keep on reminding myself that, I will never be spared of this reality called death. So, as I was reflecting on today's gospel, I remembered that I always remind myself that I should be keeping my things ready. When I live my life of responsibility as a pastor, priest, so I always remind that I should be keeping the files, the documents, and other things ready. So if tonight I'm called from this world, the person who takes over the responsibility should not go through stress. So that is my concept all the time, that I have to be ready. I have to keep things ready. Today's gospel also reminded me, as I keep things of this world ready, am I ready to go to heaven? And that is what I felt that I should be thinking more often, as I think more often about keeping things ready. I should be also keeping my soul ready to go to heaven. As St. Paul says, let your minds be focused on the things that are above. But brothers and sisters, when Jesus says, be awake, be ready, be mindful, He is basically telling us to be aware of the reality of death. Because the world that we live, where we are engrossed so much to earn an other pleasure part, we tend to forget the death and life after death. Jesus has attained us salvation, and we have to make this salvation ours. The salvation will not come just to us, though it is objectively for all. But I have to work it out, as St. Paul reminds us again. Work out your salvation with trembling and fear. So it means that as we live our life, we have to keep on reminding ourselves. We have to be mindful of our life, that I don't belong to this place, that I have a limited period, but my life after death is eternity with God forever. And so the more I remind myself about that life, the more I will prepare here on earth. And this is what Jesus says: be awake, be ready, be mindful. The moment we are not thinking about the life after death, we will live the life here on earth with selfishness, with pride, with ego. We'll do things the way we like. We hurt others, we trouble others, we create stress around us. But the more you are aware that I have to go to heaven, that I have to attain my salvation, then I become a righteous person. I walk the life of righteousness, life of holiness. And so with trembling and fear, I try to attain my salvation. So my dear brothers and sisters, the point that I want to make in this little reflection is, be mindful, be aware that I don't belong to this place, I belong to heaven, and therefore achieve that glory which is going to be revealed to us after our death. And it is not easy. We have to work it out. We have to work out our salvation. So with mindfulness and with awareness, it just does not happen. Therefore, my dear brothers and sisters, when Jesus says, be awake, let us work out our salvation.